Okay, hey, welcome back. So I've decided that recording outside is just going to be a thing that I do. So here we go. So I know that like a lot of the topics have been heavier. Like I was just in a heavier space. So today we're going to keep it light and we're going to talk about food because I have been learning to cook or teaching myself how to cook, essentially. And as you all know, I'm on this like, I don't want to call it a weight loss journey because that's kind of, it minimizes actually like what it is that I'm trying to do. But just this lifestyle change that I'm on, a lifestyle journey change, I guess, that I'm on. So yeah, let's get into it. So, I want to start off with some highlights from this week. Yesterday, I went to a Black Women's Health Conference, and I was just really excited because I fit into a jumpsuit that I bought. This is how long ago I bought it too. I bought it from Target pre DEI rollback. So I've been in my closet for like at least 1.5 years because I know I got it in the wintertime because I got it on sale because I usually shop like the season before so I can get things on sale. So it had been sitting in my closet for a very long time, evidently long enough for Target to show their behinds, but here we are, I guess. But yeah, so I'm just gonna have a little fun with editing and I'm gonna show that because I was really excited about it. Obviously, I'm really excited and I'm gonna get back on the journey. Obviously, evidently, I never got off of it, but I'll be getting back on the journey because I'm really motivated now. But now I have to go to work. Okay, so as I said in my little intro, I am on a lifestyle journey, like a lifestyle journey change. And so like I used to say like, oh, I'm on a weight loss journey or like a body reshaping or what have you, but it just became really toxic and all of my habits became really toxic, which is why I had to like stop for a second. And I know, as I said in the other video, I was not like taking in numbers and like I said, I fell off. But the truth is, it just got really toxic. And it was reminiscent on a lot of the, how can I say this, like, unhealthy habits of my younger years. If anybody was alive for the late 1900s and the early 2000s, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I grew up in dance and cheer. So I hate to say it comes with territory, but like at that time, it just came with the territory. And I felt myself going back down that rabbit hole. So I just wanted to stop because I just got a little scared, honestly. It just did a lot of damage to my body before, and I just didn't want to do that damage again. So, which is why I've come into this new era of like, I just want to learn how to cook. Like, I don't want to rely, aside from the prices, because the prices are disrespectful, but like, I don't want to rely on other people and other corporations to feed me. Like, as we see with all these lawsuits coming out, they don't really care about like how healthy we are. They don't care about whether they're poisoning us. Like, they just don't care. So I wanted to take a step to just learn how to do some things and learn the science around food, and how it affects your body. Because also, and this is my own like little tidbit, but I feel as though it is criminal, not only morally bankrupt essentially, but it is criminal that in this country we've allowed basically these companies to poison us, and like nobody has to answer for it. Nobody has to like face any charges. But like if I were like, for example, there's a Colgate and Tom's lawsuit. I guess Colgate is the parent company of Tom's now, or bought them out, which is really frustrating because I remember I used to buy Tom's all the time. Like I've always had teeth issues, so I used to buy Tom's all the time, and Tom's isn't cheap. And so I used to spend my last little dollars, and then years on down the line, you find out that like, oh, they have lead, or like, oh, the things cause like Parkinson's or whatever. And of course they're going to throw some money at it, and I'm going to take the money, but nobody's going to face any criminal charges. But if I go to somebody and like bop somebody on the head and it turns into Parkinson's, I'm sure that's not how you get Parkinson's, but if I bop somebody on the head and it turns into Parkinson's, I'm now in jail. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of people doing a lot of things to us as the lay people in the States, and nobody is answering for it. So that frustrated me, one. And two, radicalized me a little bit, because now I want to learn everything there is to learn about food, and I want to learn about it from like a healing perspective, which is crazy that I made this like full circle, because I remember being in school. I can't remember if it was for when I was in undergrad or when I was in grad school, but it was probably an undergrad, because I went in as pre-med, came out as kinesiology, okay? But I went in as pre-med, and I remember there was like a little oath thing that was like, let food be your medicine and like medicine be your food. It was either then or it was in the nutrition portion of my master's in athletic training. I don't know where it was, but I remember that, like what, let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. And it made me think of like how the global majority cooks and all of the things. So I was like, I want to learn how to do that. So before I get into that, because I kind of went on a thing here, this is me starting fresh, and I'm starting over. I'm still only going to not pay attention to, but I want to change the composition of my body, right? I want to invert the composition of my body. So I kind of want to see my muscle mass percentage and body fat percentage kind of just so that's how I will be clocking my progress. So it'll be slower, and that is fine. But I know when you work out, your body weight fluctuates. It's never just like a straight down. And in my mental, that doesn't work for me. That puts me in toxic like cycles and like, I don't know, toxic states of mind. And then it seeps into my habits, and then I stop. Essentially, I've just noticed that on my several starting and restarting of this journey. So I am starting with a muscle mass of 22.9% and a body fat of 49.3%. And I look forward to watching that switch. So there's that. That's where we're starting. But recently, because at first I started not getting more information, but learning about like additives. And there was, it is called, the most recent since the last video, they're called fat soluble toxins. And they dissolve in fat rather than dissolving in water, is like opposed to water soluble, right? And I'll put the definition somewhere. But in my learning about it, I could not get a definitive list of, you know, what companies use them, what companies don't. So that leads me to believe that they're used throughout the industry. So that was my learning. And that's when I was like, okay, we're going to make this garden happen. Like, we're going to make this garden happen. And that's what made me want to learn more about food and food in a way of like growing food that it's like more sustainable, and cooking in a way that is more sustainable and regenerative. So I did a deep dive on, I don't know if it's a real word, but editability of food, of like what foods have allow the whole plant to be edible and what foods don't. So, and those are the foods that I'm going to grow, that I can keep in the ground and that will just keep turning over. So evidently, so I've been growing potatoes randomly, just because, you know, when your potatoes sprout, I just throw them in the ground and see what happens. And I did that with white potatoes last winter, like not this winter, but the winter before that. And I think it was about a month ago, I was digging up, I was clearing out one of the bags, and I just found all these potatoes. Unfortunately, when I went to cook them, I burnt them, but nevertheless, I had potatoes. But for russet potatoes, the leaves are not edible, but for sweet potatoes, the whole plant is edible. And I like eating sweet potatoes, so it made me want to grow sweet potatoes. So I went and got some sweet potatoes, and now I'm working on getting some shoots, and I'm just going to put it in with these tomatoes, and I'm going to grow them. And then also for my squash, because I've actually put several plants. Oh, I also moved around my garden because evidently my plants weren't getting enough sun, which shout out to, so I reached out to my old vice principal in high school because his garden is like so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, like teach me how you doing what you're doing or whatever. And so like he like walked me through like what it is that I needed to do. So I'm so appreciative there. And shout out to all of the educators who continue to educate us long after we leave the school. But my squash was not getting enough sun, so I moved it over here so I can get some more sun. As you see, the sun is about to be moving probably for this whole video. But I learned that the leaves are edible. So I want to make it a point to take care of the leaves as well, so it gets enough like nitrogen, so it has the leaves that it needs. So I can eat the leaves and like make stir fries or make what have you, because like lettuce does not do well out here. It evidently, where this house currently sits, it just doesn't do well. I don't know what the farms are doing down the road to get their lettuce to lettuce, but lettuce is not lettucing in this backyard. So I have to get a little creative with like what greens I use. I also planted cabbage, although like that is obviously edible. But I said all that to say, I've added sweet potatoes to my list of things I'm growing so I can eat the leaves and kind of leave the roots. And same thing with squash, although obviously I'm not going to eat the roots, but like eat the leaves and the fruits. And then over here, yeah, right here, I have ginger. My neighbor actually gave it to me. She gave me a ginger plant, and evidently the leaves have the same genetic makeup of the roots, which makes sense. So you're going to get the same nutritional value, not genetic makeup, but the same nutritional value as the roots. So you're still getting the nutritional value. So I'm just going to use the leaves instead of using the roots. And then I'm going to always be able to have ginger. what I'm seeing is like the more I learn about food and just how to grow it and kind of like what it is made up of. Sorry, I'm just looking at the plants in which I need to fertilize today because it is so sad over there. But I'm realizing how much of the industry is not regenerative, if that makes sense, like restorative to obviously our pocketbooks, but like the earth. And like, because why would you, if we can eat the leaves, why are we only selling the root at the store? Right? Or like, if you can eat squash leaves, why are we only selling the fruit? Like, it's like we are conditioned. If you shop at a grocery store, like a lot of us don't have a privilege to be, oh, well, you know, my mom used to grow things, da da da. Now my kids will have the privilege, but like a lot of us don't, because you need land for, or you need some type of land for that. But a lot of us are being conditioned into recognizing certain things as edible, and really that is just the things that they can sell to us. So there is that. And then which spiraled into like, okay, what about herbs then? Like, where do herbs fit in? And where do herbs fit in for like health? And I went down that spiral rabbit hole because I've always been into herbalism. Like, it started with make my own hair products, and then make my own skin products, and make my own like toothpaste, then make my own like a lot of these things. Although sometimes deodorant, sometimes not, because it be getting hot, and sometimes you just need the strong stuff, okay? But I wanted to look into, because I started having like stomach problems and like digestive problems. And I'm no doctor, by the way. I am no doctor. I am just somebody who grew up in the late 1900s where we had a thesaurus before the internet. So I know how to look stuff up, and I know how to read, and in cursive, because we had to. But said all that to say, I just did like a quick search on what herbs stimulate the digestive system, and I learned so much. So here we are. Evidently ginger, which is why I brought that up, because I used the leaves for a recipe that I was working on. But evidently ginger has an enzyme called zingabane that stimulates the digestion of protein. So it just increases that. And I brought that up first because there was a couple of years where I was vegan, and it changed the, microbiome in my stomach. And there are a lot of things that I'm reintroducing into my diet. And there's a lot of things that I'm finding that I'm not able to digest as easy as I was able to digest it before. And then cumin, the seasoning, it stimulates the salivary glands, and that's where your digestive starts, obviously. Well, it starts in your eyes, because once you see the food, then your salivary glands like get activated. Who takes physiology, high school physiology? I learned that there. But digestive starts with your eyes, but it increases your salivation, so you can more easily break up your food. Fennel seeds relaxes the muscles in your digestive tract, so then food can pass through easily. Black pepper and turmeric increases the body's ability to absorb nutrients. So sometimes you find like, oh, you're eating all of these healthy things and doing all of these healthy things, but your body is just not feeling stronger. Like sometimes you need that help just absorbing the nutrients. And evidently the way that you can ingest these things are through teas or if you want to chew on seeds, which I'm not sure who does that, but if that's your thing, go for it. But another way is seasonings, which brought me to how the global majority cooks. Like, a lot of the things that the global majority was doing was already balanced for our health as we live on this planet. That's what got me into wanting to cook in the more scientific way. And I'm actually happy that I did not necessarily entirely know how to cook before, because I don't have to like unlearn anything. I just get to learn things and then do it that way. Like, I don't have to be like, oh, well, I always did it this way. So that was that. And I don't know if I said it before, but the most recent thing that I cooked was cornbread, and that was an experience, but also it was an experience of how easy it is to make cornbread. I mean, yeah, not easy as in it takes zero skill, but easy as in it's easier than I thought it would be. So like, also I'm finding that a lot of food is easier than I thought it would be. So that is that. And we're gonna wait for that to pass. And that is that. And it just so happened that at the conference that I went to yesterday, there was a table for the Alameda County Nutrition Action Partners, I guess. And they gave me a cookbook, and it was multicultural flavors cookbook. And the ladies there, the woman, they were like, oh, the jambalaya in there, the jambalaya recipe is like really good. Because I was telling them I was learning how to cook. And I just have to say, like, a side note, I love when older Black women get together. Because it wasn't like, when you tell people like you don't know how to cook and like you're learning how to cook, like it's either the weird like, oh yeah, like you need to learn that so you can be a good wife, or it's like, oh, I can't believe you don't know how to cook, and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, I know how to survive, but I want to learn how to like cook, like I know how to not starve, just like swimming. Like I know how to not drown, but I want to learn how to swim. So it's just like, I don't know. They were so supportive, and they were like older, and it was obvious that they knew how to cook. So, because like the way that they were giving advice and like encouragement just led me to believe that they knew how to cook, and they were just so supportive. So I just love it when Black women like get together and do these things. But yeah, that is that. This is just the food one. And I will say that I feel more like I still buy snacks because but I just feel like better, and mood wise also I feel better. So that's just something that I'm gonna keep doing, and hopefully I can like, continue to learn how to cook. I think today I'm gonna make oatmeal cookies because I really want to learn how to do that well. And because at the store they never have the matchups that I want. So I want to make oatmeal, cranberry, and white chocolate, which I don't think I have white chocolate chips, so the white chocolate might be out, but Oakland cranberry cookies, because I always do oatmeal, Oakland? Did I say Oakland? They always do oatmeal raisin, but they don't do oatmeal cranberries. So I just want to be able to cook in a way that I can have exactly what it is that I want, not just things that are like, okay, this is a filler, this is as close as it's gonna get, or like whatever. And I don't have to worry about unnecessary additives. But also, in future, we gotta find a way for somebody's gotta be held accountable. Because the fact that you can like poison a whole entire country is absurd. And that should be criminal charges. And like, especially when we have so much research on the state of this country's health and on the state of like us as individuals, us as essentially millennials, and how they can tell the difference in the history of like when the food changes, how that has affected health. Somebody's got to pay for that. And I don't know how that is to happen, but maybe it has to start on a small scale of like, hey, if you're in this city, like, I don't know, mayors, hey, but if you're in this city and you're selling food in this city and your food poisons a city, you are now out of the city. Because there's a lot of bigger companies that are going into cities and extracting money, extracting health, extracting the things that make up a thriving city, and they're not giving anything in return. They just extract as much as possible, and then when they can't take anymore, they up and leave, and then we're stuck with their buildings looking all desolate and foolish, and then we're stuck with the fallout of having a city that is barely hanging on. Now, maybe it's just here, and maybe I'm tripping, and it's not happening anywhere else in the US, but I doubt that that's the case. So I think with the more I learn, the more I feel as though justice, there needs to be some type of justice. And there needs to be some type of restructuring to the way in which we're living here, because we all can't leave. Like, yes, there are plans, several people are making plans to leave the US, but everybody can't go. So it's like, at some point we're going to have to look around and say, hey, this is not acceptable. We need to do X, Y, and Z, and we need to get this together. So yeah, that is that. That is my food radicalization one. And hopefully I will continue to make more things. And there will be more summer activities. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day. I'd love to, if anybody has like any recipes that you are working on, or like you found, or you like that you want to share, because obviously like there are some family recipes that are secrets, I get it, but I'd love to try and make them. But I just wanted to make this full video because I know majority of my channel is going to be a wide variety of things as the summer is like ramping up, and I'm going to be getting outside more. I just wanted to make a food specific one because this is a portion, but this is not the totality of what this channel is, or like what my core, like what I want my core memory vaults to be. But I want to be able to have like a hub to where like I can just try this recipe, try this recipe, try this recipe, try this recipe. Anyway, yeah, so I hope everybody has a good day, and I hope we are all eating well, especially given these prices. And that's it. Okay, bye.